Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month is an annual proclamation and campaign in which we garner visibility of the prevalence of sexual violence, how it impacts our communities, and showcase prevention efforts to end it. We also use this month to honor the legacies of survivors and advocates in the movement and celebrate their work. My name is Dukes, and I am the Network Coordinator for Legal Aid for Survivors of Sexual Assault. I am proud to be part of the LASA Network.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Bott, and I am an attorney with the Texas Advocacy Project. We are one of 9 organizations in the state of Texas that comprise of a network called Legal Aid for Survivors of Sexual Assault. Within this network, we are seeking to end sexual violence across Texas. We provide civil legal services ranging from a statewide hotline where an individual who identifies as a survivor of sexual assault can get information, to assisting individuals in representing themselves in court, to providing direct representation in court for survivors.
My name is Shelly Egger. I'm the managing attorney for the statewide LASA hotline at Texas Legal Services Center. I am part of the LASA network.
I'm Laura Shellum. I'm a staff attorney at Catholic Charities Dallas Immigration Legal Services, and I'm a part of the LASA network.
Hi, I'm Victoria Smith. I'm the project director for Lone Star Legal Aid for Survivors of Sexual Assault Unit, and we are part of the LASA network.
I'm Brittany Hightower, a staff attorney at Lone Star Legal Aid. I'm part of the LASA network.
Hi, my name is Tanya, and I work for Lone Star Legal Aid. I have been a part of the LASA network for over 6 years now.
I'm Melody Baffett with Lone Star Legal Aid Individual Safety Unit, and I am honored to be a part of the LASA network.
Hi, I'm Brooke McDaniel with Lone Star Legal Aid, and I'm a part of the LASA network.
My name is Elise Grissmeyer, and I'm the Associate Legal Director for Catholic Charities Cabrini Center for Immigrant Legal Assistance. We are part of the LASA network.
My name is Libby Haas from Tahiri Justice Center, and I am part of the LASA network.
My name is Elizabeth. I work for Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, and I'm part of the LASA network.
My name is Jacqueline Bettis, and I am part of the LASA network. I am a staff attorney at the LASA office at Legal Aid of Northwest Texas.
Stephanie Ramirez, Equal Justice Center, and I am part of the LASA network.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month is about honoring and uplifting the stories of survivors, especially those who have been left out or let down by our traditional public safety system.
It's not only a campaign about awareness, it's also about education. It's about educating individuals and communities on how to prevent sexual violence. Sexual Assault Awareness Month is important because it opens up a dialogue about sexual assault.
It's important not only because of the public education and outreach components, but because it sends a message to survivors that you're important, that we recognize the struggles that you've been through, and that you're not alone.
Sexual assault is something that is often kept hidden. It makes a survivor feel alone and ashamed. And yet, it's so common.
Over the past 12 years, I've represented hundreds of survivors from across the state. For many, I am the first person to ever hear them speak the words, "I am a survivor of sexual assault." Their courage, strength, and resilience is what inspires me to continue this work every day. I keep a special file folder in my desk, not for confidential information, but for those things I get from clients long after the case file is closed. A Christmas card full of fresh family photos, an email update that says the kids and I are doing great, a note that says I was inspired and I just got accepted to law school. Those things sustain me in the times when the work feels heavy. They also remind me what research shows. Civil legal services are important for survivors, not only because of the protection of a protective order or the finality of a divorce decree, but for the sense of empowerment that comes from being armed with the information and the access to resources that allow survivors to make their own decisions for themselves and their families.
What inspires me to do this work is definitely our clients. I have met some of the most amazing people. Through my work, I have represented children and elderly people, parents, college students, people living with disabilities, veterans, people of different faiths, genders, education level, people from all over the world and people who speak many different languages. From them, I have learned more about resilience and bravery and kindness and compassion than I ever thought possible. Every one of them inspires me to do better each day.
Some of the most impactful cases that we've taken on at the Equal Justice Center are women coming from different kind of industries, from produce to cleaning industries. These women are coming out and speaking out on the harassment that they're experiencing at work. And some of them are also undocumented workers. And regardless of that, we've been able to let them know that they have rights. There's many different kinds of scenarios that play out in the work that we do. But I think the most important perspective that I've received through all of this is that regardless of the results, I think the most important part was being able to be a listening ear to a survivor who experienced sexual assault in the workplace, and that someone was there to listen to their story and to guide them and to empower them to take action against any kind of employer and keeping them accountable.
I think my upbringing inspired me to do what I do. I grew up in a border city. Half of my family speaks Spanish, and then half of my family speaks Spanish and English. And I think, I want to help everyone, of course, but I feel like I really want to help those who don't speak English, or who have trouble understanding the language or expressing themselves in English. It's hard as it is to seek help or resources after going through a sexual assault and knowing English. So imagine how much harder it is for somebody who's gone through a sexual assault and needs resources and needs help getting through it, but doesn't speak a word of English.
I enjoy this work because we're able to empower survivors to make positive changes in their lives.
Seeing the transformation, the improvement, and the differences in the lives of our survivors that we represent is what inspires me to continue this work.
It inspires me about how strong people can be, and also just knowing that I'm making a difference in some people's lives.
The cases that have impacted me the most have been cases where I watch my clients transform. It's like watching a caterpillar turn into a butterfly, and watching my clients turn into these empowered butterflies, and just watching them fly off and start these new chapters in their life.
The most impactful case that I've worked on, I'm doing a self-petition for a victim of domestic violence right now. I'm helping her to try to get status in this country. She was in a domestic violence relationship from the time she was 15 until about 3 years ago. For almost 12 years, she has a son with her abuser. For the longest time, she felt like she was worthless, like he was her only shot at a life for herself and for her son. And the work that we're doing, trying to get her status in this country, is helping her to create that life for herself without her abuser in the picture.
My clients inspire me to do this work. They are immigrant survivors, and because of that, they are particularly vulnerable and isolated due to fear of law enforcement and fear of immigration enforcement, language barriers, and lack of familiarity with systems and resources in the United States. And yet, they're some of the strongest people that I know. They overcome so much to be able to live and work here and raise their families here. I do this work so that they don't stand alone as they navigate the legal system in this country. Navigating these systems, whether it's the immigration system, the criminal justice system, or even the medical system, can make it feel like being a survivor defines you. But it doesn't have to define you. You will heal and move forward with your life.
For any immigrant survivors out there, you're worthy of protection and support and don't have to suffer in silence.
And remember, I believe you. You are not alone, and you are not a victim. You are a survivor.
You're here because you survived, and you'll keep surviving.
Don't be ashamed. It's easier said than done, I know that, but just remember that sexual assault is a crime. You know, people aren't ashamed when their purses get stolen or when somebody steals their car. Nobody ever says, I'm so embarrassed that they stole my purse, I'm not going to report it, I don't want to be judged. Nobody ever tells somebody, well, why were you driving a Ford Focus? You see, if you had driven the Mercedes, they wouldn't have stolen it, but because you were driving the Ford, you were asking for it. You know, people who experience those crimes don't have to hear those kinds of words or have those conversations. However, survivors of sexual assault very commonly have those conversations and hear those kinds of words. I would also tell survivors that you are not alone. There's so many people that want to help you. There's so many organizations that want to help you. In fact, there is a whole network that wants to help you. That's the LASA network.
Survivors need a lot of different types of support to begin to heal and move forward with their lives. We need to work together as a community to provide them that support. We can't do it alone.
The civil legal services provided by LASA help survivors in accessing the knowledge, safety, privacy, and public assistance needed to help move through trauma. Civil legal services are avenues to healing and justice outside of the criminal justice system. The services provided through LASA are some of the most empowering services survivors can receive, and also some of the only means of justice they will experience. Some of LASA's services include information on survivors' rights in the legal process, systems advocacy and linkage to resources, legal advice and education, representation in civil legal cases.
What I would tell a survivor coming forward is that your story matters. Tu historia importa. Queremos escucharte. We want to listen to you, and we want to help you and guide you through it all. We are here to help. Estamos aquí para ayudar. Visit lasatexas.org. Visite lasatexas.org.